So, Skull and Bones dropped Season 2, and in this video we're going to be going through if I believe it's worth playing Season 2. And I want to say to start this one off with, like, I've streamed this for just under 4 hours, and I want to say that I had someone in my stream ask, and I've seen comments on other videos based on Season 2, asking if they have expanded the map. They have done absolutely nothing of the sort. I'm going to say this was 90% quality of life improvements, some of which aren't even that good quality, and about 10% new content. So basically, now in Skull and Bones, you have racing, which I've got a video coming up for on the channel. I just wanted to show you guys the racing because it shouldn't be in Skull and Bones, but it is what it is. So you've got the racing, there's leaderboards and everything to it. You then have ship upgrades, which is more quality of life. It's not really new content. You can increase your actual speed of your ships, the cargo capacity, the health. There are quite a few good things, but it's a mega grind. For an example, go into level 1 from 0. You're going to get increased hull health and the brace strength goes up a little bit as well. But when I say increased health, you're going up 3,000. So it's not a big deal. And that itself is quite expensive. But then going up to level 2, I believe it was 25,000 silver. So silver is used in big amounts for your manufactories. But on top of that, you need the upgrade parts, which can be earned through the pass. You have a very limited stock that you can buy from the kingpins. I think Skurlock had 1. But you get the upgrade parts as well, and then there are other materials involved. Now, one of them was shellac, and I needed to get 90 because you need lacquer. That's the actual material you need, and the only way to get your hands on that is to refine shellac. Now, this took me around an hour and a half's worth of going back and forth up and down a trade route to get that amount of shellac. You can buy it from outposts, but it's a limited quantity, quite limited as well. You can plunder for it, but I think after all 5 stages of a successful plunder, I got 4 shellac. And there are 2 trade routes, but one of them is so small, it's completely pointless to even go and check out. So it's about an hour and a half of sitting there basically just going up and down the same trade route to get enough shellac to refine into lacquer to then spend on the ship upgrade and going from level 1 to 2 for the ship, put my cargo capacity on my brigantine from 45,000 up to 60. So it's quite a decent increase. But then the grind gets even worse because it took an hour and a half to get 90 shellac, and the next level, to go to level 3 to increase the speed of my ship, not only do I need a lot more silver, I need upgrade parts, you need 4 of them to go to level 3. And this is just for the brigantine, by the way. You need to do all your other ships and stuff as well. But for this one, instead of needing 25 lacquer, you need 30. So that would be 150 shellac. So if we based it on how long it took me to get 90, it's going to take about 2.5 hours of sailing up and down the same trade route. Most of the time with horrible visibility and headwind, it's going to take you about 2.5 hours to get your hands on this stuff. And that is for 1 ship level for 1 single ship. And that's only level 3. These upgrades go to level 6. So you can imagine how much worse the grind gets to upgrade your ships, and you're not getting the gigantic benefits from it anyway. You may get extra perks, you may get benefits to your health and things like that. You might even get extra furniture slots and things, but it's really not worth it unless you already have the stuff. If you don't have the materials required, there's no point grinding because it's going to take you such a long time. I luckily had a lot of the materials on me already from when I previously played the game. But that's the ship upgrades. You then have the manufactory changes. So it's no longer just your legendary heists and your hostile takeovers. You can now buy the manufactories for rubies. You can also go and do a solo takeover. So they've added more ways in to get hold of your manufactories, but you still got to level them up all the same. As I said, this is basically just quality of life stuff. You also have the new Smuggler's Pass. It's got 90 levels. In order to get your hands on the new ship, the brig, you need to complete 45 of those 90 levels in the Smuggler's Pass. So again, that is a grind. And this game is a live service, so you have to expect there to be a massive grind because their goal with this game is to keep you on it as long as they possibly can. That's how live service games typically function. But when it comes to the grind in this, it's far too much. When it comes to the things they've added, it's really not worth it. Some of the new content is drip-fed, it's not even in the game right now. They've not done massive improvements to any of the gameplay. For this to be classed as a major update, the start of a brand new season, they've done barely anything that you would expect to come from a new season in a game. So when it comes to that question, is it worth playing Season 2? I'm going to say no. It's not awful, but there really isn't much to it. And not only that, the game's been out for about 3 months now, and there is still the problem of the game hard crashing on Xbox to the point where you can't dashboard. You have to hard reset your Xbox to get the console to turn off so that you can turn it back on and load the game up again. And I had that happen to me about an hour and a half in. So there's a lot of stuff they haven't fixed. There's barely any new actual playable content. Now, one of the biggest pieces of content in this are the races. And that shouldn't be a thing in a pirate game. At least in my opinion, obviously. So yeah, I don't think it's worth playing this. I'm going to have another video coming up on the channel after the racing one. I'm going to have one explaining how the Manufactory changes work, because they're not even that good themselves. But on that note, we're going to leave this video there. Let me know your thoughts and stuff about Season 2 in the comments, and I'll see you guys on the next one. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.